Hi everyone, we're live on Facebook today. How you going? It's Karen Stuckey here from Church Support Australia and Aussie Christians. We are having a great couple chatting with us today, Peter and Kathryn Yaxley. Is that how you pronounce your surname?
That's yes.
Correct. Yes, got it right. Good.
Yeah,
They're all the way down in cold Tasmania. And pray for them, pray for some warmth. No, I met Peter and Kathryn, was that this year or last year? All my days are molding into one. Last year?
Yeah, I think it was last year, Karen. Oh. Was it last year?
Oh, no.
We met sometime in the not too distant past.
We can't solve it. So we'll say last year.
Yeah.
I'll just say last year. So we met here actually at Bordertown, and I've actually heard of Peter and Kathryn through various pastors and leaders around South Australia, actually. And they've got a great ministry called Kingdom Presence Ministries. And they've been traveling around Australia. And now, since they haven't been traveling, they've been doing a lot of online Zoom ministries, which has probably been a challenge for you guys.
A change?
Yeah,
yes.
We had to learn new technology in a hurry.
Well, it's all coming back to normal slowly. So, yeah. So Peter and Kathryn will be able to pick up from where they left off with. Can you tell us a bit about Kingdom Presence Ministries?
Mm-hmm. Well, for 15 years we were down in the southeast of Tasmania in community ministry, working with all the churches in the southeast. And in 2015, the Lord called us out to start doing mobile ministry. And that's when we got the name Kingdom Presence Ministries, because that's what we want to do, is be part of God's presence, His kingdom as we go, and to be ushers in of His kingdom as we travel around, and as the way that we live our lives too.
So in 2015, life changed massively from very settled outreach ministry to travel. And for 5 years, that's what we did pretty much constantly, without a home, living in a ute and slide on. So, yeah, and getting to see a lot of this country. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fantastic. So what were you doing while you were traveling around this nation?
Yeah. Great question.
Yeah. Well, there was probably 2 or 3 different aspects. The main one was the Hearing God's Whispers workshops. That was day-long seminars that you sat through too.
Yes.
And yeah, we did that in every state except the Northern Territory. And so that was one aspect. The other one was we did prayer tours. Every now and then the Lord would lead us out into a particular area. We did 2 prayer tours around Tasmania, one through New South Wales and one through Victoria. And that was concentrated just praying with the people that God brought across our path. And then there was also the aspect of just meeting up with people and encouraging them. And there was a teaching aspect too on prayer that happened.
And you've done various courses too along the way in churches mainly, or in other ministries as well? Was it just mainly churches?
Both, actually. So you're right, we've got several workshops, particularly in specialising in the area of hearing God's whispers. We've offered 2 foundational day-long, very interactive workshops that touch biblical foundations, personal testimony, and practice, actually, opportunities to hear the Lord and enjoy him in his word. So we've had 2 workshops that we've offered as we've gone. And that actually led to offering a retreat then in the area of practicing hearing the Lord, spending time with the Lord to listen. So that kind of filled up our time. And we worked across the denominational spread, I suppose, both in churches, specific churches that would invite us. So we just worked with invitations, but also actually people, like what happened in your community, the word would go out. One church might host, but open it up to everyone, all the other churches or a number of churches, and people would come together, and we loved that. And then sometimes just individuals would invite us into their home and invite their network, and we teach in home. So we've done a bunch of different, I suppose, a variety of ways of interacting and connecting with God's people. Yeah.
Wow. I know with the one that you've done here is, as an attendee, it was fantastic. Even though I've done that type of training before, it was a refresher, and it can be nerve-wracking. Some people can find it nerve-wracking attending these type of practical seminars, but when you go to yours, Peter, Kathryn, you make people just feel so relaxed, and you make it a safe place, so that if we, make a mistake, or if we, you don't push people. So it's a real nice, homely, safe environment that you create to help people open up and listen to the voice of God, and just use, I suppose you help them work on that tool, that listening tool, and helping them make it part of their everyday life, which is really, really encouraging. So keep doing that. And,
they say that we're very gentle. That's
you are. It's a different, and it's not invasive, and so if I highly recommend these 2 to do training in this area. And it's once I'm going to say this, you do notice people change by learning and cultivating this skill of listening to God. You notice they change personally on the inside as well as the outside. So if you haven't done a course like this, we'll pop up Peter and Kathryn's website details in the chat at the end, and you can get hold of them there, and cultivate those gifts. So
Can we say, Karen, that actually in this season we're quite accessible because we're offering Zoom workshops. So these are not a whole day like you attended, but a 3.5-hour interactive workshop with the same elements. It's the core elements, but people, of course, can just need Zoom to join. And we actually are offering a schedule now of some Saturday workshops, some Wednesday workshops. Yeah, and depending on demand, we can be a bit flexible with that. So we've had, for instance, a home group that have asked us, could we do a workshop for them? And we've opened it up to others to join in. So we're quite flexible in what we can offer these days. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
We're getting inquiries. We've had people from Africa, Canada. We've currently we've done one with people from Texas. And someone from Singapore, as well as every state as well, and they can all be on at the same time. Not the same time zone, but which makes for interesting working out and people getting up at different hours and that sort of thing. But,
that probably suits a lot of people more doing it through Zoom. Are those details on your website as well?
Not
Not,
yet,
not
not
precisely,
yet.
but
because it's so fresh. We've only been doing it a few weeks, and every workshop we've probably done about 7 workshops, and everyone's been different in some element.
Yeah.
So but people who have done both our day-long one and the Zoom one say that it stacks up well. Like it's not losing a lot, in not being physically present. So that was really encouraging for us, because we thought, it might lose something, but people reported well.
if people do contact us via the website, we are certainly very happy to send them our schedule. There's a little bit of information on the website, but as Peter said, it's so new that we're still processing.
We want to be accurate in what we write on there.
Yes. So it's information that we can send via email for anyone who's interested in dates and knowing a little bit more.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And if you have any links, I can put them in the comments as well afterwards. But that's good. Thank you so much for sharing.
There's also some videos if you press the YouTube, our YouTube channel, and so some of the things that we haven't been able to incorporate into the shorter version of the workshops are in the YouTube channel, and so that can be done externally as such.
Fantastic. No, I'll find that link as well. No, that's good. So if any churches out there who want to host Peter and Kathryn, so get in contact with them, and so you can either do it through Zoom now, which is a good idea, or physically when we all get back to normal. But I'll pop their details in the comments, and feel free to catch up with them in cold Tasmania.
We've been preserved. Like a fridge.
Preserved. That's why you look so young. I should go. Well, it's been great chatting with you, Peter and Kathryn, and thank you very much for telling us about your ministry. And it's a great time, actually, while we're kind of coming out to to be listening to God's voice. And if we haven't got those tools or don't know how to hear God's voice, now's a great time to jump into one of Peter and Kathryn's Zoom meetings and get those skills and tools that you need.
Thanks, Carol.
Everyone's most welcome.
Yeah, we look forward to hearing from you.
Fantastic. Well, I'll say bye for now, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks very
Bye-bye.
much. Bye-bye.